anymore.
Absolutely. You know how we gonna get
because slavery is how they treated each black. Had some in the big house, some in the other house. Made some blacks feel better than other blacks, which made them shun the other blacks.
Absolutely.
We have no unity right now.
Absolutely.
You know? And
you know the only way we're gonna be able to get it back, sister?
Is our own love. We gotta love each other.
But you know how? Because we don't know how to love each other. Love ain't what you feel, love is what you do, right? I'm gonna tell you how all the other nations are able to successfully get on one page. It's because they know their history. They know that they know who they are. The reason why it's so hard for us to get on one page is because we won't agree. We won't agree on who we are.
But you know what though? Stemming back now, I don't believe everything in the Bible because half the Bible was written by the white man. But now
I'm gonna show you that. That's not true.
Exactly. But now I do know that some of our heritage, black people, were kings and queens. We ruled the whole planet, the whole areas.
Now watch this.
King Tut was a 15-year-old black boy. He was a king.
Now here's the thing.
Jones was a black queen.
Now I'm glad you're bringing out some of the history.
Moses was black.
Now watch this.
And a black Hebrew, the black Jews. The first black Jews were black people.
The only Jews were black. That's us. Now watch this. I'm gonna bring some. And even with Tut and them, it's even speculated that some of them, especially the 18th dynasty, they say, were actually Hebrew kings. Now watch this. You know how long our people, because we're not African, and I'm gonna explain that in a minute. You know how long we are Israelites. We are the people of the book. Now you know how long we were in Egypt? 430 years. You know how many things we did in Egypt?
A lot.
We did a lot in Egypt. All of those great monuments that were built, guess when they were built? During the time when we were out there because we were the ones that built them. And that's all in your scriptures. Now watch this. The lies that they spread about this book, this is your history. The book you've been... This is the book we've been longing for, and it's been right in front of us the whole time, but we never knew. Now, I'm going to tell you what the white man did. He's a crafty individual. I had to give him a round of applause, to be honest with you, because I'm going to tell you what that guy did. That guy, he tried his best. They burned this book. They did everything that they could and could not get rid of the book. So he said, you know what? You ever heard that saying, if you can't beat them, join them? So what he did was, he said, you know what, since I can't get rid of the records, everywhere you go amongst all the other nations, it's the truth. You can find the truth. So what I'll do is, I can't get rid of the truth, but what I'll do is I'll swap identities. Instead of me saying, okay, you guys are the true Israelites, the Jews, I'm going to say, I'm the Jew. I'm the Israelite. Right? And they even do the 10 tribes, because a lot of people don't even know about the 10 tribes. They've even taken the 10 tribes and said that the Mormons proclaim themselves to be the lost 10 tribes. And then you go into the Mormon church, because I've been up there, and they got everybody's records. They know who you are. They've been keeping track. They got the census from way back when. I went and dug up records from way back. They know who we are, but we don't know who we are. So now to bring up what you said earlier, this is one thing that I want you to look at. I hope you got some literature good. You want to know the truth, and you want to be a part of the effort of bringing your people back together, because this is the only way we're going to get back together. We got to follow the same format that every other nation follows, which is what? We got to go back to our origin. We got to go back to who we are. We got to go back to our customs. And more importantly than anything else, we have to go back to our God. Absolutely.
I see Jesus as a vocation, but now the real truth, the Bible describes him. Now, Jesus was a Hebrew, a Jew,
absolutely,
a black Jew.
Absolutely.
And his hair,
actually, his skin was this is burnt brass. It says his skin was the cut. That's dark. That's say right here. They tell you right here, burnt brass, as if they burned in the furnace. So that's the color of burnt brass. In other words, he was a very dark-skinned man. He had hair like wool, just like this. This is wool right here. So he looked something like this. Now this is the beast. This is that devil right there. This is that white man right there who deceived you.
The Jews, the disciples, there were light-skinned Jews and dark-skinned Jews.
Now here's the thing, now, as far as like what you gotta understand, because sometimes we get caught up in the light skin, dark skin. We're many colors. You even got some of us that look like we white folks, but we ain't necessarily white. Now, see, so you have to be careful. Now, the white man as a whole, in terms of generalizing, for the most part, he looks like this. But every white man isn't so-called of white skin, and he's really not white. Do we have that image of Esau? Somebody get that for me real quick. Yeah. Now, this is who they say is the Jew, right? He ain't the Jew. He's a liar, just like the red. Now, I'm gonna tell you what he is. He's the red man. That's what Edom means. Edom means red. They're a red nation of people. Why are they red? Because they lack melanin. They have a very small amount of melanin, which makes their skin translucent, which means like see-through. And you see the blood showing forth. So when you look at a white person and you put them up against a white backdrop, you see how white they aren't. They're actually red. Isn't that man red? And this is their color. They're red. This baby is red. That's the red nation. Essentially, if you want to say it like this, you can look at it like this. There aren't different colors of people. We're of the same. We're the same color, just different shades. That color is produced by melanin. So what determines how dark and light you are is the amount of melanin that you have in your skin. Now, when you lack melanin, this is generally what you get. We also have another poster board, but I don't know if we can find it, which is of leprosy. He's actually what you call a clean leper. There's two different types of leprosy. There's what we call a clean leprosy, which affects just the coloration of your skin. And then there's the other leprosy, which is what they pushed out there, which is when you get the open sores and the things of that nature. But they don't talk about the clean leprosy. Why? Because they don't want to expose the fact that this is a genetic mutation. Everybody in this world, when you talk about now, they tell us that we must be African because we dark just like them, right? But we don't look like them. We don't act like them. They ain't in the hood with us. They're not struggling with us. They don't get pulled over by the police like us, right? They don't claim us. Now watch this. I see a whole lot of so-called indigenous people who are just as dark as me. But let's go even further. Do we call them African? No. Let's talk about the Arabs. I see Arab people that are darker than me. Do we call them African? No. I see East Indian people that look darker than me. Do we call them African? No. I see people in Australia, so-called Aborigine people, and they're darker than me. Do we call them African? No. So we fell for the okie doke. They straight up lied. That's why we call him a devil, because he's a straight up liar. And we continue to believe. This ain't what. That's why we were never proud of that, because that's not how we roll. Back during the time of slavery, do you know how we got the name coons? They say the raccoon is supposedly a pretty clean animal. And after everything, he's washing himself, licking himself, trying to make sure he's clean. Doesn't want to be dirty, doesn't want to have anything on his face and his hands. They called us coons because we were very clean people. Why were we clean? Because these were customs according to the law that we continued to keep. We were a clean people. We didn't do crap like this. We didn't bathe in dirt and mud and plate our lips, and we didn't do garbage like this. That's not how we roll. And that's still the spirit. That's why we wasn't never proud to be African. Some people tried to push it. I can be honest now. I'm happy that I found out I'm not. I was never proud to be that.
But I gotta go though.
Absolutely. Man, I hope you check that website out.
I will.
All right. All praise to the Most High.
You said it's so true. You said it's, I said that's true.
All praise to the Most High. All right.
Love you, my brother.
Love you too. Appreciate it.